Yo, so real quick, guys, there are some things that we just cannot change about human nature. There are a lot of things we can't change about human nature, but there are also a lot more things that we can change about humans and what we decide to label as nature. And those things have all to do with culture and identity. Um, It's about balance. When we talk about the cultural identity of the Western civilization, it's fast paced. It is not aligned and it's not balanced with the feminine. It is a culture that cultivates toxicity in some sense, simply due to the fact that there is no balance. There's no slow, steady living, right? It's always a race to be the first one. There's always someone who wants to be seen. There's always some sort of competition. There is no peace here in this culture. And so that's why it's very imperative that we learn how to cultivate it within ourselves. I'm gonna link two videos that really honed in this idea, and this concept, actually, this truth, this absolute truth. And because it really helped me, um it was a reminder for me to take life slowly, to reconfigure what we believe as normal. As Dr. Gabor Mate wrote a book about, that normal is a myth. And it's a myth that has been constituted by this whole entire Western society and cultural identity. And it's not one that really perpetuates peace and unity and um, goal orientation. Even the people who are at the top, there's a reason why people who are living in America or who literally come from America don't um, they don't exhibit this nature of peacefulness. There's always been this kind of idea floating around that people at the top are lonely or it gets lonely at the top. Those are things said by people who are unaware of the toxic culture that of the Western society and identities. And as a matter of fact, I don't know how many people are wealthy in this country, but I can guarantee you that the most known ones are not American themselves. They completely are immersed in their original or indigenous native land, country. They are immersed in that first before American anything. Elon Musk, he's immersed in African society, despite his maybe backlash around, you know, African Americans, but still, he comes from that land. And so, therefore, it's a different culture, it's a different identity. But see, he was able to preserve that. Many of us here, some who are from African roots, didn't have the chance to preserve their spirituality or their essence or their cultural identity. So, and there are other um, wealthy people who probably would describe themselves as somewhat happy, who are part of the 1% or something. But again, they're not American most times. They're not. They're not. And so that's a big that's something to kind of pay attention to as well. Is their ethnic background, their upbringing, because it does have an effect on how one is successful in their environment. Um, so I kind of just wanted to like shine some light there. I'm not someone who talks about political stances. I don't have any. I don't even believe this is political. This is merely my opinion, but also it's factual. It's backed by science. But it also ties into mental health, and the overall human development, because the cultural identity which is our upbringing, it's the base of our upbringing beside our families. The base of our upbringing and the base of their upbringing is through the land that they were born on, the American soil. And so that is what I'm talking about. Um, Again, Dr. Gabor Mate. I keep referencing him because I'm not sure if many people even think of these things in this way, but what he says is very much true. And here's the thing, he's from Hungary, and he has an upbringing of toxic culture and identity. So his entire framework and base of this is more than credible. He has his own experiences, but on a different side, I guess, in a different country, but still the exact same thing. So these concepts are not difficult to understand at all. So yeah, I hope this kind of brought some light to anyone who may be feeling stressed. I'm going to link not only the two videos I was referring to earlier, I mentioned earlier, but I'm also going to link a video that I believe might help, parents or I guess anyone that feels represented by this person. She talks about as well, living a slow, steady life and the benefits of it. So again, I'll have those linked in the description. And yeah, I've said everything I need to say. So I will catch you guys when I catch you. All right. See you. Peace.